Hey guys, this is Skewb and Dylan. Today I'll be teaching you how to solve the Skewb. The Skewb is a very fun and easy puzzle, and it also turns on its corners, unlike the 3x3 Rubik's Cube, which is a face-turning puzzle. So this cube is so easy that you only need to know one algorithm to know how to solve it. If you're not very used to this puzzle, then you should probably just mess around with it and get used to the way that it turns, because it's very different from a normal Rubik's Cube. So there are only two moves that you need to know on the Skewb, and those are the right side and the left side. So we have R and R prime, and we also have L and L prime. So let's just get our cube scrambled up. The first step in solving the cube is solving the white layer. So that does not only mean the white side, but also these pieces are solved too. So let's just start by looking for the white center. So it's right here. Okay, so we know it's there, so let's just keep it on the top. And let's also look for a white corner. So we have one right here, and it's in a good spot. So we can easily put it up to the top by holding it in the front like this, and just bringing it up to the top, like that. Now let's do the white corner that goes next to it. So that's a white and blue corner piece. So it's right here. So since this piece is actually on the bottom and not on the side where we want it to be, we actually have to move it one time so that it is the way we want it to be. So you could do this by holding the piece that you want to put on the top in the front on the bottom like this, and just turn the right side down like this, and now it'll be on the side. Now it's on the side and we want it to go here, but we can't just insert it like that because it's not oriented correctly, and we can't put it like that because those do not match. So what we have to do is turn this corner. Do not move it with another corner, just turn this corner in its spot until we can put it in its spot. But so doing this turn, we'll put it on the bottom. We don't want it on the bottom, so we should probably do it the other way. That's perfect. So now we can just move it up to the top like that, and now we have two colors aligned just like that. And then the next one is another white and orange corner piece. So it's right here and it's in a perfect spot. It's not on the bottom, it's perfect. So all we have to do is move it up to the top like that. And then we have these two orange corner pieces aligned like that. And then we have this corner piece, and again, we cannot turn it up to the top because it's not oriented correctly. So we have to do something to put it up to the top so it's oriented correctly. So the way we can do this is by turning this corner like that, like we said earlier, and then bringing it up. And since we kind of took that out of its spot, let's just put it back like that. Now let's say there's a white corner piece on the top, but it's not oriented correctly. Well, what you can do is turn that once to put it to the bottom, but not facing the bottom. So putting it like that will make it face the bottom. We do not want that. So let's turn it the other way, and now we have it on the bottom layer, but it is on one of the sides, not facing the bottom, so this is good. So now what we can do, since if we just put it up, it's not oriented correctly, what we have to do is turn this corner one time so that it's not facing the bottom, but it's still facing on one of the two sides, and then just turn it up to the top. And then we took this out of its spot, so let's just put them back. So now you know how to solve the white layer. So now let's flip the cube over, and now we have to solve these four yellow corners. So there are three different cases you can get. There's this one where there are two opposite corners solved, and then there's sort of these two that are not solved. There's also one where there are these two sort of headlights, and then these two opposite, with 0 corners solved. And then the third and final case is that all the corners are already solved. So let's just start with this first case that we said that has two opposite corners solved, and then two opposite corners not solved. So let's get the one that is not solved, that is on the top right. So this is on the top left, so it's not that. This one is on the top right, so we do use this one. So this is where our first algorithm comes in, our first and only algorithm that you need to learn to solve the Skewb. So this algorithm goes like this. R prime, L, R, L prime. So it's basically like down, down, up, up. So it's very easy to remember. So then we get this case with the two headlights and then two corners next to each other that are not solved. So no corners at all that are solved. So the way that we do this is put the two corners that are right next to each other on the right and then do the algorithm again. So R prime, L, R, L prime, and now we have the four corners solved. So once you have these four yellow corners solved, you're going to want to look for the yellow centerpiece. So we have it right here. So you're going to put the centerpiece in the back and put the four corners on the top and do this algorithm. So you're going to do the algorithm that you already know. It goes R prime, L, R, L prime, and then you're going to turn the entire cube 180 degrees and then do the algorithm one more time. So R prime, L, R, L prime, and now the yellow side is solved. Now that this whole yellow side, also the layer is solved with these corner pieces aligned, now we need to solve these four centerpieces. So there are three different cases you can get. There's this one with one centerpiece that is solved, and then three centerpieces that are not solved. So try to look for the side that has opposite colors on it. And when I mean opposite colors, so get a 3x3 Rubik's Cube. So see how red and orange are opposites on the 3x3 Rubik's Cube? So that means that these are opposites because it's red and orange, which are opposites on the 3x3. So these are not opposites. These are right next to each other on the 3x3. And these are also not opposites. They're right next to each other on the 3x3. So that means that these are opposites. So when you get this case, you're going to put the opposites in the front. You're going to do the one move that goes like this. R prime, L, R, L prime. And then we're going to do that thing that we did before, where we move the entire cube 180 degrees and then do the algorithm one more time. R prime, L, R, L prime. Now there's also this case which has all opposites on every single side. So when you get this case, you're just going to do that one algorithm that you did when one center was solved, and then you'll get that case. So watch. R prime, L, R, L prime. Turn the entire cube 180 degrees. Do it again. R prime, L, R, L prime. And then now we have the case with one center solved and three not. So these are opposites on a normal Rubik's Cube. These are not, they're right next to each other. And these are also not, they are right next to each other. So that means that these are opposites, so put them in the front, do the algorithm, R prime, L, R, L prime, turn the entire cube at 180 degrees, R prime, L, R, L prime. So then there's also this case with two centers swapped, and then on the other side there are also another two centers swapped. So when you have this case, again, do what you did before, where you can hold it any way you want and then do the algorithm, R prime, L, R, L prime, turn the entire cube 180 degrees, R prime, L, R, L prime, and then now we have the case with one center solved. So these are not opposites, they're right next to each other. These are also not opposites, they're right next to each other. These are opposites, they are not next to each other, which means these are opposites. Put them in the front with the solved one on the bottom, and do the algorithm, R prime, L, R, L prime, turn the entire cube 180 degrees, R prime, L, R, L prime, and then the cube is solved. Congratulations, you just learned how to solve the Skewb. If you have any questions or concerns, please comment them down below because I really want to help you guys. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell to be notified whenever I upload any new fun cubing videos. Also be sure to follow my Instagram at CubingDylan. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.